Thank you for participating today. We are now joined by Anna and we'll begin the press conference. Use the raise hand function to indicate you would like to ask a question. When you are called on for your question, please state your name and affiliation first, as Anna cannot see you. So we'll first go to Lindsay.
Hey, Anna, Lindsay Schnell at USA Today. We've talked so much about you being a great defensive player. Are you trying to show all of us that we're wrong, that we need to remember you can also be a great offensive player? You've really been tremendous at that end of the floor the last couple games.
Yeah. Hey, Lindsay. We did talk earlier this week, and yeah, I don't think I'm trying to prove anyone wrong. I think that offense, Tara always talks about this. She didn't recruit any of us for our defense. And so I think for me, it's just trying to find times to be aggressive. Obviously, playing in the NCAA tournament versus the Pac-12, like teams scout a little differently. And, when you're on a team where you have such great offensive talent like Haley Jones, Lexi Hull, Kiana Williams, Cameron Brink, they get a lot of attention. And so I've been able to just be open at times and maybe trying to get some things in transition. And yeah.
Next question is from Steve.
Yeah, Steve Croner from the San Francisco Chronicle. Anna, congrats on the win. After Tuesday night's game, Tara said that you guys had deemed that a C performance, as not an A, not a B, not a C performance, and you still beat, a Big 12 team by 11 points. Mm-hmm. How would you describe today's performance?
Yeah, I still don't think we're playing our best basketball yet. We're playing really well. We're clicking in a lot of different ways than usual. But I think that each player has a lot more to give to the team, and I have more to give to the team. And I think that with the trajectory that we're going in, I think that it'll be good timing. We don't want to peak too early. We want to peak right at the right time, and so everyone's doing really, really well. But I think that there's another gear that we can kind of get into, and so tonight, people were making a lot of threes, making a lot of shots, and I think that we were playing pretty well, playing aggressive on offense, and got some stops on defense. And our focus this game though was really our rebounding, and so moving forward, what's going to separate us from other teams, in these next few games is gonna be rebounding.
Next, we'll go to Jacob.
Hey, Anna, it's Jacob Rayburn with Cardinal Sports Report. There's conversations about, after the last game, about the effects of hand checking by opponents on you guys when you're on offense. Wondering your thoughts about, for defense, though, of maybe making an adjustment about what you're allowed to do on defense.
What I think you're trying to ask is how aggressive we should be allowed to be on defense, and how teams have kind of been playing us. Hopefully that's what you're asking. I think for me, in terms of what I'm allowed to do defensively, I don't really feel like the hand checking thing is a big change. I think that just being able to use your body in ways, for me, like defensively, I try and use my body in ways where it's not, not even close to being a foul. And I try and, use my feet as much as possible rather than my hands, and just trying to cut off angles and stuff. And so, yeah.
We'll go to Chantel.
Hey, Anna. Chantel Jennings with The Athletic. During the game, Holly Rowe reported that there is a pretty competitive table tennis tournament going on within the Stanford basketball team right now. I was just curious, two questions. One, how important is it during this sort of tournament bubble situation to have an outlet like that is maybe still competitive but not basketball? And two, could you give us a quick rundown and scouting report of the best and worst table tennis players on your team?
Yeah. So to answer your first question about having fun in the bubble, we've been on the road this entire time. During the season, I think there was maybe a few weeks where we weren't on the road, And so when we were on the road for those 10 weeks, our coaches really made it a priority for us to have some time outside of basketball, and they really, really did a really great job with that. I didn't expect when we went on the road for the first 3 weeks that it was going to be what it was, and then it was better than what I expected, and better than I could have imagined it being. And so, being here, obviously there are a lot of restrictions and everything, and so our coaches have really done as much as possible to have fun, and we have like this fun committee, and so there's a few people on that. And then to answer your second question about the scouting report, Lexi Hull is very, very good. Hannah Jump, obviously you guys know her three is spectacular. Her hands she has really big hands, so I think that the way that she handles the paddles is the reason why she's so good. She's a great backhand and forehand. I think the sleepers, it might be Seal. I think that I think the championship game might be tonight, or there might be 2 games tonight. I unfortunately had to drop out in the first round, unfortunately, but it's a really good tournament. It's fun to watch.
Next, we'll go to Daniel. Daniel, go ahead.
Is Daniel Martinez-Cram from the Stanford Daily. The TV cameras caught some of Missouri State's players, the seniors, going over, hugging their coach, checking out for the last time. Wondering how much, for you, it's a motivating factor to just keep playing more games.
Yeah, I think for me, watching these games, especially the last, past few days, especially when the field of competition gets smaller, the margin of the win and loss, how close the games have been, has been, the margin's been really, really small. And so to see the drastic differences when a team wins, when a team loses, I don't want that experience of losing. Our team has really gone through a lot this season. Every team has, but I have only experienced our team and the adversity we've kind of gone through with being on the road and everything, and how close we've gotten as a team. And so I think for me, just seeing that emotion, I feel really great about this win. I feel really great about the last win, the win before that. But now we got to turn over and focus on the next game. So, yeah.
Now we'll go to Ann.
Hey, Anna. Ann Killian with the San Francisco Chronicle. So much has been made about the journey you guys have been on, and I think a lot of us have assumed that it's going to serve you well, this kind of chaotic nature of the way the season is. And I'm just wondering how do you feel that is playing out now that you've been down there for about I can't even remember how long it's been, but you're in one place, which is a little unusual for the way the season was. But also, do you feel that everything you went through is serving your cause at this point?
I definitely think so. I think that it helps in a lot of really small ways, which I think will help in a lot of big ways. I think that there's a little bit of differences, obviously, like what you were saying about being in the same place. We were kind of traveling a little bit for the away games, but when we came back to Stanford, we were always in the same place. We were always in Santa Cruz. We come back to Stanford maybe a day, and then go back to Santa Cruz and stay in a hotel for the rest of the week. But we were living out of suitcases for that entire 10 weeks. And so I think the thing that's been probably beneficial is just the downtime, because obviously there's a lot of downtime with these games as the field of competition gets smaller. And so being able to stay engaged, with what's going on, being able to stay together, and make sure that we're not just sitting in our room the entire time alone. I think that there's a lot of things that could have gone on this season, especially around mental health and everything. And so I think our team being able to do that for 10 weeks has already served us really well within the time that we've been here, and it will moving forward as well.
We'll go to K-Pix 5.
Anna, this is Vern Glenn at Channel 5 here locally in the Bay Area. I think I lost count on the number of times we saw shots of your brother after you've made a play. That said, when a game is out of reach like it is today, what is it that you guys tell yourselves to keep pushing, and why does the system work?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is for us, we think about it quarter by quarter instead of, the first half, the second half. And I think that by going quarter by quarter, 5 minutes by 5 minutes, it really helps us stay engaged in the game and making sure that, we really want to focus on this quarter. We want to win this quarter. We want to win the next quarter. And, it's a competition for us to, be our best selves. And so I think that, even when the score has a large difference, we always want to be playing like we're down. And so I think that, of course, there's some momentum shifts and everything like that, but our focus is winning that quarter. And so if we can do that, then, we can put together a really great game.
All right, our final question, Chris.
Hi, Anna, congratulations on the win. Stanford's been in the conversation for so long, but Tara has 2 championships. How much pressure do you guys feel to bring that championship home to her this year? You guys have always been so close, but, it's been a while since you've actually won the whole thing.
Yeah. It's pressure is a funny thing to talk about, I think. And I hope I don't get too deep on you, but I think looking back at this past year, this isn't really pressure. This is an opportunity for us to go and do something really special. Pressure is people who are struggling from this past year, and just, regular life with COVID and all of the other viruses that are in our world. And so I think for us, it's really an opportunity to go out there and just finish our season the way that, we expect to finish it. I think it's a rewarding thing because of how tough the season has been, how challenging the season has been with being on the road and not seeing our families and not having fans and experiencing basketball in such a way that's been so different than how we ever have experienced it. I'm a fifth year, there's freshmen on this team who've never experienced basketball like this, who never have to get tested 9 times or more a week to go out there and play basketball. And so it's really just an opportunity. And just, I think with that framework and perspective on it, it allows you to play much more loose and be in the moment. I was saying today, be where your feet are. That's the most important thing, staying in the moment. We're having fun. It's just basketball.
Thank you, Anna, for your time, and best of luck in the next round.
Thank you.
We will be joined momentarily by Coach in just a few minutes, so please use this time to raise or lower your hand as necessary. We are now joined by Coach Vanderveer, so we'll go ahead and start with questions. First, from Steve. Remember to please identify your name and affiliation. Steve, go ahead.
Yeah, Steve Kroner from the San Francisco Chronicle. Tara, congrats on the win.
Thank you, Steve.
On Tuesday night, you said you and your players had kind of deemed that a C game, even though you beat a Big 12 team by 11 points. Mm-hmm. What was the grade on today's performance?
I might say a B. There were some things that we really, we were able to get out and get in transition. If our overall team, I would be a B. But, I thought we had an absolute A game from Anna Wilson. Anna, A for Anna. I thought she really came to play. Kiana's steady. She did a good job. I thought different people came off the bench for us. This was a great game for Hannah Jump came in and gave us some great minutes. I thought Ashton Prechtel gave us some great minutes rebounding. And then just, in spurts, Lexi and Lacey made some great plays. But one of the things that I thought needed to do better, we needed to rebound better. And we need to make our free throws going forward. But we're very excited. We're very excited to be in the Elite Eight. It's very special. We're really happy that our team, this is a very good team, and I want to congratulate Coach Mock and her team. They're a very good team, and we had to play well to beat them.
Now we'll go to Lindsay.
Hey, Tara, Lindsay Schnell from USA Today.
Hi, Lindsay.
Toward the end of the game, It looked like Fran was going to dunk. I think she kind of bobbled the ball when she started to go up, and then she kind of shrugged. But it just made me wonder, do you guys have a lob play for her to dunk? Is that in her skill set? Is that something we could see potentially?
I think she's comfortable dunking off of a dribble. We do have a lob play, but it's not necessarily for a dunk, but she gets up on that lob play. I thought it was a good decision by her not dunking. And Fran did some great things for us. She rebounded. She got on the O boards. She worked hard defensively. So I was glad to see her just finish on that play. I mean, she went 4 for 8. I'm being greedy. I wish she'd made her free throws.
We'll go to Harold.
Hi, Coach. This is Harold Gutman with the San Jose Mercury News. You guys have had some great games against Oregon in recent years. Would you rather face them in the next round or have a new challenge in Louisville?
That was very jumbled. I'm sorry, I didn't. If someone could repeat the question, if they heard it better, I didn't really understand the question.
Harold, let's give it a try one more time. You were a little jumbled up there.
You guys have had some great games against Oregon in recent years. Would you rather face them in the next round or a new challenge in Louisville?
We're excited to be. I'm rooting for Oregon because they're in the Pac-12, and the Pac-12 is doing so well with Arizona in the Elite Eight. But we will be ready to play whoever wins the game.
Now we'll go to Sunil.
Congrats, Coach, on the win. Sunil Sundaraj from Global Women's Sports Radio. You guys are up 23-15 at the end of the first quarter, Coach. Can you just talk about the second quarter? You guys are able to, get some separation there and take, that 23-point lead at halftime.
Well, I thought we got out in transition well. I thought Haley had some great passes. Anna got a nice steal. I thought we shot the 3-ball well, to go 15 for 32, 46% from 3 as a team is awesome. So we shot the ball well. I thought Anna did a great job defending a terrific player in Bryce Callip, and Haley and our post players, I thought, did a very, very good job defending Jasmine Franklin. So I think we were able to defend what they wanted to do and get out in transition.
Now we'll go to Michelle.
Yeah, Coach, this is Michelle Vogel from ESPN.com. I know you've talked all season long about Anna's maturity and just the many ways she affects games, but she kind of just gave us an answer that I thought was incredibly mature about pressure and not really letting pressure get to you, but the way that you can sort of channel that in your favor. How big of a factor is it for you guys to have somebody who really does have all the leadership skills that she has for you and can come out in all different ways?
I am so thankful that her appeal to the NCAA was approved so that she could come back for a fantastic senior year. This is what college sports is all about. Someone that struggled early with injuries, with, adjusting to college. We were just talking in the locker room with the coaches just how much she has matured as a player and as a person, and she's doing a great job as a leader. I think she also has a great example in her brother, as a great mentor for her. All of our seniors, Kiana, Anna, and Alyssa, are fantastic leaders and just really outstanding players to coach. So I'm very fortunate.
And if you have a question, please use the raise hand function. We'll go to Chantel.
Hey, Tara. Chantel Jennings with The Athletic. During the game, Holly Rowe reported that the team has a current intra-squad table tennis competition going on right now. And Anna mentioned just before you that the team actually has a fun committee. So 2 questions for you. One is, how important is it to have something like a fun committee in this sort of a situation and to have those outlets for the players during a bubble tournament? And 2, I was wondering if we could get the coaches' scouting report for your team and your assistant coaches and maybe a self-scout of your table tennis game.
Well, I think it's really important. I mean, when you're here, this is going on 2 weeks now. When you're here for 2 weeks and you hope to be here for 3 weeks, you can't be just locked up in your hotel room eating hotel food. So we do have a ping pong tournament. We have a lot of different games, and our players really enjoy doing the Xbox games, doing the board games that they have, and ping pong. As far as the ping pong, of the staff, both Kate and I were knocked out, but of the staff, I say Kate and I are probably the best ping pong players. But I think Hannah Jump is still in there. Wilder, who's in the championship?
It's Hannah Jump and Celia in the semis and.
Okay, so we do have a staff member, Celia Marfone she's in it along with Hannah Jump and who's the other? And Lexi and Ashton. Ashton has a wicked backhand. She knocked me out. So it has been fun. It has been fun. And our team has really enjoyed being here, being together. And I think part of the reason that we play well is that they want to keep playing with each other. And so we want to stay for another week.
K-Pix 5.
Tara, this is Vern Glenn, KPIX Channel 5. You're going to love to answer this one because I don't think East Coast bias has a seat at this table, not in this tournament. That said, on the national landscape, both for the women and the men, what do these deep runs say about the Pac-12?
Vern, great question. The Pac-12 is doing awesome. I've been texting with Wayne Tinkle. I'm so excited for the Pac-12 men's and women's. I've been texting with Kelly Graves and also with Corey Close at UCLA and Adia. So I think the West Coast is representing really well, and I'm really excited about how well the Pac-12 is doing in both men's and women's basketball.
Now we'll go to Anthony.
Hi, Coach Anthony Flores with the NBC Bay Area. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you, Anthony.
Just wanted, as the field gets narrow, the spotlight gets bigger. How have you seen your team's confidence grow with each game and each win throughout this tournament?
I think our team has been really steady. I think we came into the season with confidence. We've played through the Pac-12, and when you play against great competition and you see how well the teams that we've beaten, we see how well they're doing. That does give you confidence. When Arizona having a great game against Texas A&M, Oregon playing so well, UCLA playing so well. So. That does give you confidence. But our team, I think, just really enjoys playing with each other, and they're great teammates for each other, which is really special.
Next, we have up is Chris.
Hi, Coach. Chris Alvarez from ABC7. I know you don't want to look too far ahead because there's games on the schedule, but what would this mean? You talk about envisioning things. Players and coaches talk about all the time, envisioning winning the title. If you could, what would it mean to you in a crazy year like this to win the national championship?
Like you said, I'm just taking it one game at a time. So, we're going to play the winner of Louisville, Oregon, and our team, you just have to enjoy the moment. I'm very live in the present person. So, if we get to an opportunity to answer that question, I'll be happy to answer. But for today, I'm excited about beating an excellent Missouri State team that we struggled with when we played them 2 years ago. And they had 8 players back from that loss. I thought we came out and put the hammer down, and we did a great job. And we're just going to focus on getting ready for the winner of Louisville, Oregon.
Again, if you have a question, use the raise hand function. We'll go to Michael. Michael, go ahead.
Okay, Coach, we talked about Anna, great game across the board, 13 points, 6 rebounds, 3 steals, 2 assists. So when she was granted permission to come back, did you think she'd be contributing at this level and that well? And how awesome is it to have 2 famous people in the stands supporting her and to not be a distraction with a brother and sister-in-law?
Well, we're not distracted by the fans. We're excited that fans are in the stands to cheer for us because we have had empty stadiums all year long. Did I know that she was going to be playing at this level? I can't tell you honestly that I knew it, but I was hopeful. And I was hopeful because she had a great offseason. She trained with Russell, and she was a great leader. They organized, the 3 seniors organized small group talks with the young players. They really took ownership of the pandemic and just tried to say, hey, if we're going to, we've got to do what we can do. So we're going to put in the work every day. And I'm really proud of Anna, and it's a real pleasure to coach her and see her be so successful. I also think that for, what goes on right now is that a lot of players want instant success. And basketball is kind of a slow cooking game. It's not instant oatmeal. It's the slow kind. And Anna is a great example of someone, dealing with adversity, being resilient, being determined, and being persistent and staying with it. And I'm so proud of her and really excited for her and our team.
Next, we'll go to Anthony.
Hi, Coach. Anthony again. Just wondering, while you're going through this and you're in the thick of things, are you able to enjoy it, or are you too busy just focusing on what you guys have to do the next game and the next game plan?
I think that's a great question. I think sometimes you really do have to just, take a deep breath and relax and enjoy it. But there's so much that you're always worried about. You're always thinking about, just whether it's testing, whether it's, your opponent, different players on your team, how they're doing. So I think it's one of those things that you might enjoy it more in retrospect.
We'll now go to Daniel.
Hi, Coach. It's Daniel Martinez-Cram from the Stanford
Hi,
Daily.
Daniel.
Congratulations. You've been referencing that game 2 years ago. I think at the time you called it a root canal. Wondering, as you're going through this game today, what did it feel like?
Yeah, that was a root canal, Daniel. This game was fun. It was really fun to see people get out in transition. I think we made it an up-tempo game. I like that, a high-scoring game. Are there things that we could have done better? Yes. There are some. There's some. I say some shot selection. I thought people seemed to play a little, kind of a little hyper. Like rushing. Lexi rushed, and I thought Ashton rushed shots that are right there. Just make the basket. But we had some great plays, and a lot of different people stepping up was really exciting. So it's it was not a root canal for sure.
Well, Coach, I believe that's all the questions.
All right. Thank you very much
for your time. That's it for this post-game news conference. A recording of this press conference will be posted in the NCAA Digital Media Hub at www.ncaa.baritone.com. Thank you for joining us.